Oh, the Gibson SG Standard. This one is a complete mess. I love this guitar though. It's 2005, it's beat, and I don't have to worry about it. I put 1975 Super Distortions in there, but I can't really gig it because I need a trem. I saw this on Reverb. This is a Rockinger. It's really cool. So basically, it drops in over the tailpiece right here, and then it gives you a trem-ish looking thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this real quick, and we're gonna check it out. Things never, ever, 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 ever work out. Ever. Never. Ever. So I bought this, and I knew it didn't have a spring. So I measured the cavity size, and I bought these springs. Problem is, these springs are the wimpiest springs ever. Look at this. I tried shimming it, I tried putting in 2 springs, but it doesn't want to work. So we get to go on a road trip. All right, let's crank the 8-liter V10 hog and let's go. Fire it up. Oh, yeah. All right, so basically here it is, and we're dealing with this spring that I bought on Amazon. Now, it's only a 10mm gauge. I'm sorry, 1mm gauge. So it's really wimpy. I mean, look at how easy you can move that. And I put like 2 strings on it, and it pulled it so far forward that it was like this. So not usable at all. The bar goes like that. So I'm trying to find one at my local hardware store, so I don't have to wait 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 days for the new spring to come. Everything's in Imperial at the store though. So I know that I need a 1.6mm gauge spring, and I know that I need 15mm outer diameter and about 25mm in length. So I'm going to do some conversions to get the American measurements here. So we're going to take this into the store like a complete idiot and try to find some springs to fit in there in the springs aisle. Greatest store in America. Let's go. Look what I found. All right, so I found a 1/2 and 9/16. Here it is for reference. So I can cut these down to size. And I also learned doing this, I bought 4 of each of these. So I can cut, make a mistake, stack them, change them, whatever. So let's get back to the workbench. All right, so I got it installed. Honestly, I think it looks really, really, really cool. Especially on this guitar. This guitar is all beat up, and I think that just fits. Big, heavy brass. It's awesome. That's just aesthetically. How does it function? So the camera's set really low so that you can see the guitar and you can see the trem. So we're gonna just try it and see how it stays in tune and how it sounds and whatever. So here we go. I'll say before we even used it, it sounds different. The guitar sounds brighter to me. There's more snap. And we didn't do it before and after, and we probably should have. But that heavy brass mass down there, I think, is making a difference in how the guitar sounds. But let's see, how does it do? Is it still in tune? Holy sustain, Batman. Listen, this thing is amazing. If you have a Gibson or an Epiphone, I don't know if it'll work for an Epiphone drop-in. I'll tell you that the studs dropped right into my Gibson, but if you have a guitar and you want to add a trem, but you don't want to go all the way with something like an FRX, this is the answer. It's called a Rockinger. I don't know what the actual model is, but it blows this other one, oh, let me pick it up, oh, to shreds. I hate this thing. This thing's a piece of shit. We reviewed it already. This is the Les Trem clone. It's a Geiger. I hate it. It's a piece of shit. Unless the only thing that you're gonna do with it is this kind of thing. If that's all you're gonna do, then that other one's probably fine. But here's the deal. You can buy one of these brass ones, this Rockinger, for the same price or slightly more. It's got a lot of mass to it, and I'll tell you, even if we turn the bar like this, right, just use it as a regular tailpiece, it adds a lot of snap. This guitar was missing that. This guitar sounded kind of dead. Even with super distortions, it sounded kind of dead and muffly. I didn't buy this to make it more snappy, but it made it more snappy. I bought this so that I could use it as a trem. Even as just a tailpiece, if I took the bar out, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the spring itself, because the tailpiece is floating, that it's causing, like, I don't want to sound like a complete idiot, right? But I gotta say, I wonder if because this is suspended right here, that there's like some sort of transference of tone between the wood and that brass piece and the spring. So the brass piece is vibrating too. You know what I mean? Like that floating piece is also vibrating when you play, and it's causing just a little bit more. I mean, the sustain is ridiculous on this. Now, I always say, and it's true, what the hell is the point? Like, are you ever gonna play anything where you need that much sustain? Are you ever gonna play anything where you finish your note and you're gonna let it hang for that long? But just as an experiment, there's no noise gate, as you can hear. And it would keep going. It wasn't like that before. That's 100% because of this. So I think that maybe adding that floating tailpiece is going to give you a little bit more sustain if you're that nuanced of a player. For me, I play with a little bit of a light touch, so I use dynamics in everything that I play. It's not like playing a piano, a keyboard without the pressure sensitivity. It's not like that to me. It's like every little tiny little thing matters to me when I play. So having that extra little bit of sustain helps a lot with my play style. But what about the trem part of it? Here's the thing. When I reviewed the Les Trem, everybody got pissed off at me because they said I was using it wrong. Here's the thing. There are, I will say, probably millions of guitarists out there who will not play a Gibson or an Epiphone because they liked a trem. I hesitate to say need a trem, because nobody needs a trem. But there are people who like the trem so much that they're like, what's the point of playing a guitar without one? You know? If I'm gonna play my style, I gotta be able to add that little flourish. I can't tell you how many times I play this guitar, or my Gibson Les Paul, I have several of them, and I'll hit something and then I'll do this, but there's nothing there, you know? I hate that. So this gives us that easy drop in. You don't need to drill anything. You don't need to do anything. And I don't think this was invented for that. This was invented like a Mustang or a Jag Trem. And even the Strat Trem, really. It was invented to do the thing that I said earlier. Just really light. And people have said to me, you can't use it the way Eddie Van Halen or Randy Rhoads or Joe Satriani or Steve Vai would use it, because that's not what it was designed for. But I beg to differ. You see, it wasn't designed for it per se, but the Strat Trem wasn't designed for it either. And Jimi Hendrix decided to use it that way anyway. And now, people that play their Strat Trem that way, nobody bats an eye at that. So, I don't think that the original intent of the product really matters. What matters is, can it do the thing you want it to do? And I'll tell you, this thing does. I mean, I can't wait to play this on stage. I've been wanting to gig this guitar for over a year, and I haven't, because I really wanted to have my Trem. And now, even though it wasn't designed for it, having this big heavy brass Rockinger, it's just a cool thing. I mean, now this guitar really does look like the way that it feels in my hand, which is I mean, look, it's missing paint there. You know, I installed Gibson Deluxe tuners and took the Grovers off. I just really like this. This had a Nashville bridge. I put an ABR bridge on it. So, you know, super distortions. Now it really is me. And the thing that I need to talk about now, that's probably most important, it stays in tune. It stays in tune better than any of my Strats. It stays in tune as well as any of my Trem guitars. I mean, listen to it. That high E might be out. It's not. Just the B is a little sharp. So there you go. That's the Rockinger. I don't really know what it's called. People call it a Les Trem. If you see one out in the wild, you should buy it. And just so you know what that spring size was, it was this one. It was 1/2 inch by 1 3/4 inch, 0.54 wire gauge. Right there. And I snipped about right there. I snipped about 2 of the lugs off of it. And it works perfect, guys. I'm so happy. I didn't think this was gonna work. So there you go. My evil Gibson SG, my evil Gibson SG is finally done. And this is now a streak of me talking about things that I like. So, you know who needs to make me angry so that I can make an angry video. I'm just kidding. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you. Please like and subscribe. Join the Discord if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Keep on rocking.